Okay, pick a Vegas to be on. So, I wanted to do an update about the bullshit that I've been dealing with. Um, there's a couple of things really that I wanted to go over. Number one, the okay. So, I talked about it before a couple times. I think there was a buyer who bought something from me. Um, I get the notification that it was delivered, and then maybe 30 to 45 seconds later, I get a notification that they had opened a return. And then nothing happens. And then I get like a bunch of messages from the buyer cussing me, and um, I report the buyer. eBay does nothing. Um, they leave me a negative feedback, completely, gibberish because the person is illiterate. And nothing happens for like, I think it was close to 2 weeks, something like that. Anyway, eventually I get a notification saying that the case had been closed. Um, so I go to see what happened, thinking, maybe the buyer had changed their mind, whatever, because I never received the return. So, because they never shipped it, I never even got anything saying they shipped it. Anyway, I get this notification saying it was closed. I go to see what happened. It says that eBay had sided with the buyer. Um, yeah, that just pissed me off even worse than I already was pissed off at eBay at that point, because the buyer never even returned the item. So they got to keep the item for free, and they got their money back. And they left me a negative feedback for no reason. So, yeah, I got scammed, and eBay helped the scammer, pretty much is what it was. Um, and then another thing that happened, and this just goes along with what I've been thinking about eBay for a long time anyway. So, a month ago or so, I had a buyer buy all of these items that I had listed. Same buyer bought them all. And this is stuff that was already listed, because yeah. Everybody knows what I think of eBay. But anyway, this one buyer bought all the items that I had listed that were in this one particular listing, because it was a multiple quantity listing. Yeah. So, almost immediately I get this like long rambling message, basically threatening me, insinuating that they were going to leave me a negative feedback if this, that, or the other thing didn't happen or whatever. Basically, it was feedback extortion. And then they said a bunch of other things that basically they led me to believe that they were not someone who I wanted to deal with on eBay. So I cancel the order, immediately refund the entire purchase. And So, and I sent them a message explaining why I was doing that. And they agreed to it and everything, blah, blah, blah. We come to a mutual agreement of canceling the purchase because I didn't want to deal with someone who was already threatening to leave me a negative feedback on something that I hadn't even shipped yet. And yeah, basically, like I said, we came to a mutual agreement on canceling the purchase. And so that was that. Until like 3-4 days ago, I think it was, I get this message from the buyer insinuating that I never refunded them, despite the fact that it shows on my account that it was refunded. It literally says when you refund someone and you go in there to where your sold items are, it'll show when you refund someone because it says canceled, and then to the right of that, by the purchase price or whatever, it says canceled, which is what it will say refunded. When that's what it'll say when you refund someone and cancel the purchase or whatever. To the left, it says canceled, where it normally would say shipped. And then to the right of that, by the price, it'll say refunded. I don't know, I'm confusing myself. But anyway, so when I saw the message, I immediately go and look at the sold items until I get down to where that one was. And it says canceled. And then over to the right, it said refunded. So I'm like, whatever. I ignore the message. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I get another message from the same buyer. Okay, it looks like you refunded the money or whatever. And then they're offering to buy them again. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Anyway, basically what I did was I went and blocked the buyer because first they try to get me with feedback extortion, and then they try to lie and say I never refunded them. Like a month later. Who the hell is not going to notice if they weren't refunded after a month? Anyway, I blocked them and I didn't respond to any of their messages because I'm not going to deal with that shit. Here's where it gets funny. So the account that this person was messaging from says that it's somehow attached to eBay's corporate office or some shit. Because I looked on where it says the address, it says something about eBay something or other in, I think it said it was like in San Jose or San Francisco, I don't know, somewhere in Northern California. So, yeah, apparently someone who works for eBay's corporate office or something is trying to scam people on eBay. Doesn't surprise me at all because their customer service is bullshit, but they won't do anything about it, so I'm not going to even bother reporting that account because eBay probably already knows they do it. So, and they probably don't give a damn. So, yeah. If you have someone buy something, and then when it says ship to, if it says something about eBay, don't deal with it, because you're probably going to get fucking scammed. Because this person is an obvious scammer. Like I said, they start out trying to pull some feedback extortion bullshit. When that didn't work, they did a bunch of other shit too on top of that. And I ended up canceling the purchase because I didn't want to deal with it, because I recognized it immediately. And a month later, they try to claim that I never refunded them. So, yeah. eBay is fucked up.